appreciate y'all letting us come through. If y'all don't mind just introducing yourselves.
I'm Earl Mack, co-founder and owner of Chilalay.
I'm Nikko, also the co-founder of Chilalay with my guy Earl. Out here getting it.
Thank you for letting us come out here today and just chop it up with you guys and being a part of what we're trying to do out here, man. I appreciate it. But
for sure. Thank you for reaching out to us.
Oh, absolutely, man. No doubt. We're always trying to put on other creators and those that are influencing the culture here around the young creators. So I appreciate it. But first, I really like to start what really got you guys really your history. What really brought you guys together. How did you guys meet?
We went to VCU together. I had started a clothing line back in 2010 called Savage Kings, and Nikko was helping me with that. And then from there, we linked up with some more homies at VCU. We stopped doing Savage Kings, put that on the shelf, and then we started doing Chilalay around 2012. And we just kind of wanted to do pop-ups and do cool stuff around the city. Because we weren't even really making clothes at the time. We were just trying to house other people who were making clothes.
Right.
And so that kind of led us to starting to make our own shirts, and from the pop-ups, doing more pop-up events, and then that kind of led to actually making collections and pieces and stuff like that.
Very dope, very dope. I mean, it's really crazy to think that you guys, VCU alumni, you're still in your city. Being that you guys have, so much talent, so much skill, to take your talents elsewhere, like cities like New York, LA, Miami. What really made you guys want to stay here in Richmond, in the city that you guys, kind of came up together in?
I can't lie. My mom convinced me to stay here. As soon as I graduated, I was dead set on moving to Los Angeles. I was like, yo, I'm going to LA. My best friend was there. He was in the music industry and all that, and living. And he said, yo, just come here. And my mom was like, all right, son, look, you can go to LA, and you can start off and be this small fish in this big pond and restart everything you've been doing your entire life. She's like, or you can stay in Richmond, you can be this big fish in this small pond. And she was like, you take over your city first. She's like, then when you do finally move to LA and you go to LA, what you're doing, she was like, everybody will already know who you are and what you're doing. Yeah. So that really rang true to me, and that made me feel all right, let me stay here in the city. I have all these connections and all these right people. I can build something here that could be sustaining forever, versus going out to a whole new city where I don't know nobody and starting from scratch, which is great if that's what you want to do. But it just made more sense for me to stay here and grow this organically with my guy, with my friends. You know what I mean? In the city that grew on me, because I ain't gonna lie, I hated Richmond when I first moved here. I got accepted to so many other schools, but I ended up in Richmond, Virginia.
No way.
Got here and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, actually, I like this place. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Once it grew on me, once you start making connections, you start going out to the city, Richmond's really lit, yo. Honestly, and I wouldn't trade where I am right now in my life for anything in the world for where I'm going.
And for me, I always wanted. I was born in Richmond, but I didn't really grow up in Richmond.
Right.
I kind of I feel moved around a lot. So when I wanted to come to art school, this was my first choice of art schools. And and Richmond was one of those places where I saw a lot of potential for things to come in, and it's one of those cities where there might not be something popping that you want to do, but there's space for you to create it, and there's not really a lot of people who are telling you, no, you can't do that out here. Versus when you go to certain cities, there are probably already people who are already making those moves, and you gotta kind of politic with them to get into to get people to come to your events. And if in Richmond, if you want to create it and you're willing to put yourself out there, you can make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot of people who are one, doing everything that I want to be done. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lane for me here where I want to make curated events, and I want to make clothes that look like this, and I want to have events like this, and Richmond's kind of been here, go do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a big reason why we're still here. We definitely have plans to expand, but expanding and not having the support of my city behind me when I go somewhere else is kind of a big thing for me. When people would be behind and or kind of be following what we're already trying to do.
Yeah, because you guys have been to Complex Con, right, previously?
Yeah, I've been to Complex. Yeah, you've been to Complex Con.
You guys had like a. Did you guys have a booth there?
I did a collab.
Chilalay.
I did a collab this year with a brand called 83 Futures, and that was featured at Complex Con. I think they're actually taking it back to Complex Con Long Beach too.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have like plans in the future to maybe not expand in a brick and mortar store like this and somewhere else, but maybe start traveling more with conventions like Complex Con or
sure.
like some kind of Coachella or things like that are where there's a lot of traffic?
Nah, definitely. So like, obviously Coachella is my favorite place in the world. I get it every year, 6 years deep.
No way.
Yeah, trust me. If
You're
it's
a veteran.
Coachella, I'm there.
You're a veteran.
Believe me, it's my happy place. It's my one vacation I go on once a year. All my friends know, no matter what's going on in the world, I'm going to Coachella every year. I feel like even when I get older and I get kids and like married and everything, I'm still going to Coachella. Like if she's not with it, then it's not going to work out.
No,
but as far as us bringing the brand places, like of course, like we plan on hitting all these pop-ups, A3C, Long Beach, Complex Con at some point. Just to be able to curate our vibes and push it out there to the people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We also plan on doing pop-ups all over in different cities here and there. Because I feel like you gotta go to different cities to get your name there sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like one thing to just like do something in your city. Like when you're able to do something in your city, but then also like go out and like kind of like spread your influence to other people and other brands. It kind of just makes like what you're doing here even more elevated. You know,
Right.
like for prime example, like round two when they started here and they were able to kind of like branch out, like it honestly just elevated more like what they were doing here too.
Absolutely.
And so like with us, we have like a lot of like friends like all over the country now. So
Yeah.
it's like trying to cultivate those relationships in different areas is like a big part of like who we are as a brand, because Chilalay really means to like chill and relax, and like not stress over stuff that like is out of your control. That's my phone.
What's up, guys?
Pause, break. I got.
You guys are a Richmond brand. Obviously, you're not really being labeled as a skate brand, scooter brand, kind of more of a lifestyle brand here in Richmond. You guys are trying to portray, the Richmond lifestyle here.
Yeah.
And what really are you guys trying to do to separate yourselves from other brands that you have around here, like Utmost and the other companies that are really just focused on Richmond?
Well, a big thing I think that we try to do is, our events, like our community interaction. A lot of our clothes come from real life situations.
Yeah.
Like things that we actually go through, and then we just put that shit on t-shirts.
Yeah.
So it's like, for one, like when I design a shirt, I'm trying to have somewhat of a dialogue with my consumer, with whoever is like gonna read this shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make clothes, for people to stop and say something to you. Like it could be simple, a real chill graphic, but at the same time, like there is an underlining message behind the piece that you're trying to put on.
Right.
And then we also like do parties, we do art shows. Me and this guy have really been like just kind of fucking shit up for a while now. Like we were throwing some crazy ass house parties back in like 2014.
Yeah.
15?
Yeah, people passing on a roof.
Right.
No.
There were like 300 people in the house party.
Damn.
Fucking in the north side. And like that was kind of like the Chilalay like lifestyle for a big part of our lives. And like now it's kind of like we're getting older and we're kind of like transitioning into like just more curated events and stuff like that we can still kind of like put our take on it and give the world like our energy and kind of like if you're down with it, you know what I'm saying, like you want to come to the event, you want to come to like something that we're doing because like you've probably been to another event that we've also done, and if not, like we're inviting everybody's welcome.
That's incredible, especially like to know that you guys have had such an impact, not only within the community, but for so long. To be able to keep that up and to withstand that amount of foot traffic, anything you go to is like incredible. That just goes to show that like you guys have done you know, you've done the work and you've earned your stripes here in the city already.
Yeah, it's definitely no overnight success story here. Trust me.
Yeah.
We've had our ups and downs. We've been doing this for years,
Yeah,
man.
and that leads me to my next question. Like, you know, what really kept y'all in focus, you know, and kept you patient, and, you know, you hugged down on those, you know, things that you guys are just jumping off the cliff for, and you're leaping in that faith?
I feel like a lot of it is each other, to be real. Like, I don't think I would have been on this mission successfully with anybody else but this guy. You know what I mean? Like, even though when we started, it was other people with us. You know what I mean? Like, and it was 5 of us at one point, now it's 2 of us. And like, you hit ups and downs, and you ride in this coaster. You know, it's a life coaster. You know what I mean? The fact is, though, like, maybe we have 1 year we do like 2 drops. We have another year we do like 5 drops.
Yeah.
But half a year that went by, we was like, damn, what are we about to do with this trade? You know what I mean? But the thing is, we stayed true to what we wanted, and like, no matter what was going on in our lives, we still knew what the main mission was and the goal.
Absolutely.
And then once we both got in a position where we could both lock down and know, like, yo, this is the year we're gonna make this shit happen. You know what I mean? And we just started dropping stuff consistently on people every week. Everybody was like, yo, these dudes are really like on it right now. Like, yo, what's going on? Like, every week they got something new. Like, yo, these Chilalay guys are killing it. And then people just started following us at this time. They're like, yo, where did y'all come from? We're like, yo, don't worry about it. We've been here. We've been here for a while. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because like the city knows, like the people that know, they know we've been here for a minute.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People that don't know, they just like the consistency and they see the brand. You know what I mean? They like the following. They like what we're putting out there. It's a big thing about how we live. Like, everything we do, I just feel like if you put out positivity, you get positivity back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you put out negativity, you put out bad vibes, that's what you're gonna get back.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the whole thing we're always trying to do is just spread positivity, keep the happiness, keep the joy, and like grow our brand organically. Like, we're not out here like trying to buy people to buy our shit. Like, nah, yo, like, you either gonna fuck with us or not.
We are trying to get people to buy our shit.
Well, no, we're not like buy our shit, but like as in like, we're not here like buying followers and shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, like fuck all that shit. Like, nah, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have a real organic 2,000 people that follow us, and they fucking buy from us. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Like, I'm not pressed to have 30,000 people and only 2,000 them buy from me. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
That means you're in the same place we are. You just have random amount of followers. But we grew up with this shit together, literally, bro. And it's crazy to see like where we are to get to this point and actually have this store open. Like,
Yeah,
My man's
it's
so
insane,
passionate.
man.
You hear passionate?
Yeah, you can hear it. He's really about it. He's like really about
She
it.
like, looked at me wrong. Said some jealous bullshit about me.
No, but it's really cool though to know that you guys have Chilalay, but what a lot of people don't know is that you guys have your own screen printing business too. And you guys want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so
That's the double entendre right there.
you know what I'm saying? The double-edged sword. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We got our Wu-Tang right now. Forming like Voltron.
Yeah, so like the Navy Hill aspect of our brand is basically, I mean, it came from Chilalay because we started making our clothes, we started screen printing all of our own stuff, and like we got better at it. And when we got better at it, people were kind of seeing our shirts and they're like, "Yo, can you print some stuff for us?" And you're like, naturally, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a whole nother, like, people need shirts.
Absolutely.
You know, like it's kind of become like, it's a service that we offer, but it's a service that like we offer because like we needed it as well, and we know we saw the need for other people who like, you know, had brands, wanted to make some shirts, have some ideas. You know, a T-shirt could be like a very powerful tool to use to get your message out there. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Versus like, I don't know, a poster on a wall, because like that T-shirt can go wherever that human goes. You know, so the importance of like being able to do that. I mean, everybody needs T-shirts, everybody needs clothes. Whether or not it's our clothes or some clothes that you want to make, you know, you can come here and do that as well.
Yeah.
Because we're all about like trying to help push